Greetings, everybody. Suuper here reporting in to talk about the Flatface Jay4 wheels. We got them. We fucking got them. Flatface J Lineham Pro G4 J material wheels from Mike Snyder. Goated. So before I put these wheels on a board, I guess we should talk a little bit about the history, at least the little bit of history that I've learned. So I heard about these wheels on YouTube a few months ago, and it was such a short video that it just didn't stick in my brain. I didn't really care. And I was also aware from the facts in the video that we weren't going to be getting these wheels anytime soon. So I didn't care. And then also, I'm just not a flat face wheels person. Like, I like urethane wheels. Technically, you can say I'm a flat face wheels person if you consider I got into this right when he got acquired blistered wheels. So technically, I like flat face wheels because I have a bunch of flat face wheel shapes made from blistered urethane. But technically also, I am just not a plastic wheel person as of, well, maybe up until now, right? The first plastic wheels I got were, let me not say that. The first real like professional specialty plastic wheels I got for fingerboarding were from Flatface, and I bought them on Black Friday because they were like half the price. So I figured even if they suck, I could just use them outside. Like anytime I buy a wheel that's shitty, it works outside. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't grip on anything else, it grips on the rough terrain that you'll encounter in the wilderness, right? So that's usually what I'll do, but I typically now have just stayed with wheels that I know are good. Blistered wheels, joy coat wheels, ill pills, wheels that I've tried that I know work. And yeah, I got those flat face wheels. They were the G8s. Super good shape, super nice. The color was a little weird, but it's whatever because they skate so well. I don't have those wheels out or set up to show you them, but they're just yellow flat face wheels and they skate cool. These J4s are apparently, allegedly, different feeling from all the other materials. They're a little bit softer, apparently still very grippy like a urethane wheel, and they just, from what they say, don't feel like plastic wheels. So before I go any deeper into the plastic versus urethane and which one I like better, I'm probably still gonna always be a urethane over plastic person, but I have now dismissed any negative connotations associated with specialty plastic wheels, especially from Mike Snyder, because Flatface is my favorite company, and so far everything I've gotten from Flatface has been pretty great. Literally, from the boards to the one set of wheels to the customer service. To be real with you, sometimes I wait until certain items that I can buy from other stores go in stock on Flatface just so I don't have to wait the extra time to get them. For example, trucks. I was ordering all my dynamics from Flatface because their shipping is just always faster than everyone else's. I don't know why, but it just is. Anyway, got off topic there. I am gonna swap these wheels out to test out these J4s. And I guess while I do that, we will talk about the history of these wheels. I really didn't need two sets, but I bought two because I like to beat my wheels up, you know? So now I can rock one on a premium setup, and then I can like maybe skate one outside or something like that. Or I can just save them for an emergency situation. If my best friend can't get his hands on the wheels in a couple of months and I haven't used them, maybe I'll sell him a set of mine, right? But anyway, let's set this fucking board up. So while I set this up, I guess I would like to say, don't be like me and be super closed-minded. I always associated plastic wheels with like random companies on Amazon selling fingerboard wheels, right? Like you'll get them, they'll have crazy free spin for like a day, no grip on any surface, and then in the next couple of days, your bearings are shot, and a bunch of bad shit comes with buying cheap wheels specifically, right? So I always associated plastic wheels with like cheap wheels. And I learned very quickly when I purchased my first set of Flatface wheels that that is just simply not the case. My guy Mike Schneider be doing some quality work with everything that he does, bro. I'm not gonna lie. No dick riding shit. He's just really good, bro. You feel me? But yeah, like I really like urethane because my preferred feeling on a surface is grip, bruh. Obviously, too much grip where it just squeaks every time you try to ride to pop a trick, that's annoying, right? But I like enough grip to where if I want to turn, like on a real skateboard where you just lean to turn, I want to be able to do that with my fingerboard. And when you have wheels that don't grip on your surface, you do this, your board doesn't do anything. Your board will turn, but your trucks and wheels don't. And it's because the wheels have no traction to latch onto, to claw, so that you can actually have the grip to turn, right? So anyway, struggling to pick up this wheel. I've just always been a urethane wheel person for the year that I've been into fingerboarding. And it's partially also because one of the things that made me like fingerboarding was I used to skate. And one of my favorite things about real skateboarding was the wheels. I always liked my wheels to not be super grippy. Honestly, actually, it's weird. In real life, I like my wheels to be hard and kind of slippery because when I did certain tricks, I wanted to catch the trick and then maybe not do it all the way 180 or not do it all the way 360, but like revert the rest of the way, right? Sometimes it just looks steezier when you revert a trick versus doing it the full degrees and just landing it. Unless some people, everybody got different styles and different preferences. But in my opinion, if I do like a nollie frontside big spin, I want to catch it early and revert it the rest of the way. I don't know why, but that just looks cooler. So I've always wanted as realistic of wheels to real skateboard wheels as possible. And that was why once I learned more and more about fingerboarding, I was like, I need the grippiest, almost grippiest urethane wheels that I can get. So, there's just something about the squeak you get from urethane and how often it squeaks on the majority of surfaces versus like other stuff. But yeah, what I was saying was in real life, I like my wheels harder. So like these are blister G4s 72D. So they're harder. They sound different, and they feel different. These are blistered G4s, but the 60Ds. So they're softer. It's not as loud of a smack when you hit the table. These are both G16 prototypes with dynamic trucks. Regular, nothing special, right? And you hear how different that pop was, or the landing. You're listening for the thud, that, right? Soft ollies. Now listen to this hard 72Ds. It's considerably louder. And I also just cleaned this table, so it's not gonna squeak too crazy right now. I've been using these for outside because I got a flat spot and I wanted to get that out. And it was my fault, it wasn't the wheel's fault. So we'll talk about that in another video. Squeak matters. So I guess now that the wheels are set up, let's do a roll test. Oh. Wow. That's weird. That is oddly soft and oddly smooth. I can already feel the dirt from my desk sticking to my wheels. That feels really nice. Definitely softer than the other flat face wheels I have. Wow. That's cool. And they will squeak on this. I just know because I know what I'm talking about here, but they feel good. All right. This glass here, I just wiped it and I didn't clean it good enough in there. It's just a long story, but they did not pass the squeak test, but it's just this surface, I'm sure. And that isn't the most important thing. They feel how I like my wheels to feel. Just enough grip for me to, when I pop my trick, it goes with me. It's, I have control. I can turn that mofo if I need to, right? You see that? That board wants to turn. And if there's any slipperiness, it's mainly just because my surface has this chemical on it. But if I did not wipe this surface and then shot this video, you would hear all the squeak you wanted to hear, right? It's just, I thought that would be a good idea and I don't know, didn't process that. Anyway, all of these are blistered / flat face G4 wheels. And then you have the J material, which are not blistered or urethane, flat face, specialty plastic. They look super sick. They look real. Definitely look like they'll get darker over time. I don't know though. I gotta try them on something else to see what we're working with here. So I'll be right back. Yeah. They still have grip though. They just don't squeak. I don't fingerboard in my kitchen ever. They have grip, but no squeak in here. Cool. Let's see. So I guess that's one thing I've learned about wheels, especially with this glass thing here. These wheels, they didn't want to squeak at first. Like I said, my fucking desk, bro. My pet peeve is dropping my board on the floor, because anytime I drop this bitch on the floor, I get some dirt on my wheels, and I always ride soft, grippy wheels. So as soon as you put it back on something smooth, you can feel it. It's annoying. But they feel good though. Like I said, squeak is great. And even though they didn't really squeak at first, most of my wheels kind of do that. Unless they're on the harder side of the urethane spectrum. Sometimes you just gotta get them a little dirty before they start to squeak. Also, speaking on FOMO, I forgot to say, when Mike did the first redrop of these wheels, like, I don't know. I want to say maybe it's been a month or two. Um, it had been a couple years, or more than a couple years apparently, but I had seen a couple of videos on YouTube, and then he did the drop, and I was just gonna grab a set just cause. Like I said, I was just gonna do it just cause, right? I got online. He said the drop was gonna be at 12. I was on 11:50, and I had them in my cart, and I was just like, I really don't want them like that bad, you know, like fuck it. And then I called my best friend Furman Foster Fingers on IG. Buddy was like, bro, I ain't get them, and I'm like, damn, I ain't even really know you gave a fuck like that, you know. And he was picking on me because I'll be like kind of sleep on certain drops and then be more excited for whatever. And you know, him being kind of excited for a Flatface wheel was made me kind of intrigued because, you know, from what I know, he never really gave a fuck about Flatface wheels, and he'll tell you that. So I was like, damn, if he want them shits, they have to have some type of, you know, they gotta be something special about them, right? They can't just be like the G8s I got for Black Friday, right? Those are cool and they're good. They're really good wheels for sure. But I was like, these have to be something more special if Furman would buy them for $60 too, you know? So that kind of also made me like, you know what? If he drops again, I'm gonna grab a set. Cause like, why not, bro? If Furman approves, then fucking I approve. In most cases, I don't think there's ever a product that we would like, that he likes that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple products that I just don't buy because they maybe don't make a board that I would like skate or something like that. But like, I like their graphics and shit like that. You feel me? For the most part, bro, when it comes to like people's branding and shit like that and products in general, like that motherfucker just like good shit. So if he likes it, if it's something that ever piqued my interest, then it'll help me further confirm whether I would like to go through with the purchase, right? If I was thinking about something and I hear bro bring it up like, yo, Sun Power wheels, bro. I was looking at them shits online, randomly would always see them on the Flatface website for a couple months, and then one day Furman was like, yo, them Sun Power shits, and I was just like, them shit's good. He was like, bro, I heard they shit. I tested out one. They was really nice, specifically for something, but they felt really good. So it made me like, you know, I still don't have a set of Sun Powers, but him knowing about them made me, you know, consider that product at some point. So maybe one day we get a review on Sun Power wheels. Yeah. Overall, I got nothing really bad to say about these wheels. They feel like they feel like having a pair of really soft urethane wheels that have like the perfect amount of everything, you know? The only thing I really wish was that this glass I use wasn't so bipolar, because some days, like I said, some days it squeaks when it's dirty, and then some days it squeaks when it's clean. So I cleaned it today thinking I would get the maximum squeak. I didn't. If anything, I feel like I fucked the squeak up even more by cleaning it. If I had just let this bitch dirty, oily as fuck, these bitches would have been loud. Like, my wheels were squeaking, you know, all of them. Even the ones that normally don't squeak. They just needed to be broken in, you know, and then they started to squeak. Anyway, overall, I would never, ever, ever pay more than $60 for these wheels. And 60 felt like a stretch, right? So everybody was freaking out, saying back in the day they was paying 200 and 150. You're absolutely fucking insane. These wheels are good, but no fingerboard wheels are ever worth, to me, being sold for that, right? That's just insane. And then just being realistic, bro, even if this material was super hard to get and everything you get from these wheels, you can low key get from just regular urethane wheels, bro. So if you don't want to have to deal with the hype or the FOMO that comes with these types of products and stuff, you really could just go get you some blistered wheels, some Joy Coat wheels, some Ill Pills. There are so many other companies that make urethane wheels that squeak and grip and do everything that these wheels do. Now, this is not a wheel or a video to tell you don't go buy Flatface wheels, because you can't go buy these anyway. They're sold out. So what I am telling you is right now, whenever he's releasing them again for the 60, you should definitely get you some. But what I'm also telling you is that you should never, ever pay more than retail for some fucking fingerboard wheels. It's ridiculous. It does not make sense. And it's unnecessary. And to me, it's simply just not worth the hype, considering there are other good fingerboard wheels out there that you can buy all the time that will last as long as these. Turn colors like these are gonna turn colors and skate and grip and be smooth and everything. You could buy another set of Flatface blistered wheels and they're gonna be just as good as these. I'm sorry, bro. Anybody that has anything to disagree with me, I respect your opinion and positive energy and love to you, buddy. But these wheels are just fucking plastic wheels that feel just like urethane wheels, essentially. Love you, Mike Snyder. You made a great product. Everybody go grab these wheels whenever he releases them again. But don't buy them third party for $150 to $200. That's my opinion. That's my stance. Love and positivity. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with some more products soon, maybe, or just some talk. I felt like I should just add, sometimes words sound harsher than they are intended. So just for clarity's sake, right? I love these wheels. I love these wheels. Any negative sounding comment I had is specifically towards any hype associated with fingerboarding products in general. FOMO is a real thing. I understand not wanting to miss out on a product because I am guilty of falling for FOMO every week, every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I get it, bruh. But the retail and the resell of things, to me, is insane. Right now, this graphic, my favorite graphic from Flatface, Mike Snyder, it's a no knock to him, but kind of a knock to him a little bit. Dude selling this board for $150 on eBay. This graphic is like 55, 60 bucks plus shipping, 70 bucks. Little, you get what I'm saying? Not 150, bro. My math is ass right now because I'm a little zooted, but I'm telling you, I just don't agree with resale. At least to an extreme capacity. If you're gonna do a little extra 20, 30, I'm not even mad at $50, bro. Fuck it. I would pay an extra $50 for this graphic, 100%. If I really knew I couldn't get it anytime soon from Flatface, from Mike, all right, I would pay an extra $50 over retail, right? But I'm not paying 3 times the price. 150 plus tax is insane, and that's what was happening with these wheels apparently years ago before I ever fingerboarded. So I also want to acknowledge that I wasn't around for that. I wasn't a fingerboarder, and I'm not talking about y'all's experience per se. I'm speaking on the new people getting into this shit. Y'all older people who have this in y'all history and past forever, y'all bloodstream, whatever, do what you want. This ain't for you. But for my newcomers, my young people that want to get into fingerboarding and shit, bro, or just new, older gentlemen like myself, I'm 31. If you want to get into fingerboarding, bro, you can get these wheels whenever he re-releases them. Don't go pay someone else $150 to $200 for some wheels that cost 60 bucks, bro. Buy them from Mike Snyder, from Flatface only, bro. Or if you got a homie who only gonna charge you an extra 20 plus the shipping, he gotta, that's fair, bro. That's normal good business, bro, right? Your homie got these for the 67 plus tax, 62, whatever the fuck it is. and you want him, he's like, bro, give me 85. That's fair, bro. But a motherfucker tell you 150 for these $60 weed, you better run for the hills, bro. Respectfully. And that's all I gotta say, bro. Retail over resale, and if it's gonna be resale, only a little bit, bro. Only a fucking little bit. Peace and love. Positive energy. I love Flatface. Mike Snyder, you the GOAT. Blistered wheels, everything you doing over there, dope. These, everything you doing with these, dope. I'm definitely gonna try some other Flatface wheels. I want the tan G8s at some point because those are cool. And yeah, bro, I'm excited to make more videos. So thank you guys for watching again, and for sure, peace out this time.